welcome back to my channel. So I'm coming at you from my kitchen today. I'm going to be making some pumpkin whoopie pies, which are hands down one of my favorite fall desserts. I will be honest with you guys, I'm not a big pumpkin pie fan or like pumpkin spice latte, but I love pumpkin bread, pumpkin rolls, more of like the sweeter pumpkin desserts. These are outstanding. They are so good. Super simple to put together and make. Of course, I will list the recipe as well as like tools and stuff that I use below. If you are new to my channel, my name is Kristen. I post videos on beauty, fashion, and lifestyle. Today we're doing a cooking video. I love cooking and baking. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with the Food Network. I used to watch it religiously after school, so I'm channeling my inner Ina Garten today. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to hit the subscribe button below, and let's just jump right in. Alright, so I'm using a KitchenAid mixer today, so I'm gonna get it ready to go. I have never used a stand mixer before, and I'm kind of scared, and I'm also very excited. I'm gonna put the beater attachment on, so we're gonna do like our liquid ingredients first and then add the dry, which is pretty typical in baking. And I'm struggling a little bit, you guys. This is hard to put on. When you bake, you usually want to do liquid ingredients first and then you add in the like dry ingredients slowly. So the first thing we're gonna do is make like the wet base. I think that I did this right. Let's see, did I do this right? I feel like that's on pretty good, so we're gonna see. This thing is no joke. It is a beast. I knew that these were big machines, but I never realized how heavy they were. This recipe calls for brown sugar, vegetable oil, eggs, and vanilla for the wet portion. So I bought a little small box of the brown sugar, which is the exact amount that I need. So I am gonna just dump this into the bowl. One cup of vegetable oil. I love the smell of vanilla. It's very like rich and homey. Makes everything better. Add in 1 teaspoon. You know, one thing that I've never learned how to do, but that I would love to be able to do, is crack an egg with one hand. I always do them separate just in case. I don't want to mess up my entire batter or, you know, any of the other ingredients. I've never had a bad egg before, but my mom taught me to do this, and I'm pretty sure she said one time she had one, and that would suck if you messed up your whole cake. So, ooh, I almost got a shell in there. I'm gonna turn this on, and we're gonna see how it works. I'm gonna start on low, and we'll let it, woo! Into the wet mixture. It's okay, baby. See, this isn't for you. No. Get down. For dry ingredients, I'm gonna add 3 cups of flour. It's always important to level off your flour so you don't pack it too tightly or too loosely. I have these measuring cups, which are really cool because they have internal measures as well. So like this is the 1 cup, but on the inside there are little lines that show you 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup, 3/4 cup. So I think that's pretty cool. A lot of the times you have to switch back and forth. I added 3 cups of flour. I am going to add in my baking soda and baking powder next. So I need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And again, I always level everything off in the containers just so that you get exact measurements. When you're baking, you have to be really precise. And I apologize that my head is cut off, but I was trying to show you guys the food more than me. The baking soda boxes are always tricky to get out of. So I took 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and then you need 1 teaspoon of salt. Last ingredient is pumpkin pie spice, which is one of the reasons I love this recipe, because several of the recipes online you have to have like cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, and all of the separate spices. This recipe you can buy and use just the pumpkin pie spice, and it has everything mixed together. So it has cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice, and cloves, and it smells like fall. It's a little spicy, but with the pumpkin and all of the sugar and the flavors, It gives great flavor for these. Definitely need a little bit of spice with any pumpkin recipe. I added all of my ingredients. I'm gonna take a spoon and just quickly kind of combine them just so it's not super separated. I used to, a long time ago, sift everything to get lumps and stuff out of the flour. I don't really think you need to do that now. If you're making a cake, can you get down? This is ridiculous. Get down. So as I was saying, I just sort of lightly mix all of the ingredients together. We're gonna slowly add in like half a cup at a time into the wet mixture. Alright, so I finished up my batter. Now I'm gonna take a little cookie scoop and I'm gonna scoop out tablespoon sized little balls of the batter. I just find that this is easier to scoop, and I'm gonna try to make them a little bit smaller. These tend to spread out pretty wide, so probably should leave a little bit more room than that. I am gonna make the frosting now. So I am taking a packet of cream cheese, and of course you wanna soften this, both the cream cheese and the butter. So I have had these out for a couple hours now. Cream cheese is a little bit messy when it's soft, but I've made the mistake in the past of not letting it sit out, and it is so difficult to blend, and it just does not create the texture and consistency that you want. Add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. There's 1. Mix these together until they're fluffy. Now you want to add in powdered sugar. So this recipe calls for 4 to 5 cups. I find you don't usually need that much, so I just sort of eyeball it. Mix in about a half a cup at a time. Kind of tell if I need more or not. So just add a little bit in at a time. The best part is getting to taste it, and if we're being honest, I tried it like every time I added more sugar. Perfect. It has a little bit of the cream cheese flavor, but it's still really sweet, so I think that's good. I just, like I said, eyeballed the amount. You can add as much or as little as you want. Start with 1/2 of the cookie, and then you can use a spatula or a knife or a spoon or whatever. Just dollop on some of the frosting, and then you can spread it out with the back of the spoon. And you want to make sure you get a pretty good amount on there so that the cookie is not dry, because there is a lot of cookies since you're using 2 halves. And then I just find a similar sized one and I push them together like a little sandwich, and that is pretty much it. Alright, it's taste test time, so I took a little half and I'm gonna try them out. They are super fluffy and moist. I know people hate that word, but they're not dry at all. And they have almost like a cake type of texture to them because they're soft, so it's like eating a cupcake. They're so good. They're like the perfect pumpkin flavor. They're not too spicy. They're a little sweet from the cream cheese, but they're not overly sweet, and love them. So that is it for today's little baking video. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I hope that you'll try these out because they are outstanding, so delicious, and great for parties or if you're just in the fall baking mood. If you try this recipe out, please send me pictures on Instagram or Twitter. I would love to see your recreations. I will link the recipe as well as everything that I used below. And I think that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.